Hey, church family, it's James here. We are reading our way through the Psalms. Today is day 11, which means Psalm 11. And I've got to tell you, this is one of my absolute favorites. Personally, I love this Psalm. It's not very well known, but it's a hidden gem. Let's look at it together. Psalm 11. To the choir master of David. In the Lord I take refuge. How can you say to my soul, flee like a bird to your mountain? For behold, the wicked bend the bow. They have fitted their arrow to the string, to shoot in the dark at the upright in heart. If the foundations are destroyed, what can the righteous do? The Lord is in his holy temple. The Lord's throne is in heaven. His eyes see, his eyelids test the children of man. The Lord tests the righteous, but his soul hates the wicked and the one who loves violence. Let him rain coals on the wicked. Fire and sulfur and a scorching wind shall be the portion of their cup. For the Lord is righteous, he loves righteous deeds. The upright shall behold his face. So I love this psalm primarily because of verse 1. I've struggled my own mental health background with anxiety, a little bit with depression, and this verse has been a real encouragement to me, particularly in those hard or dark seasons. It's in the Lord that I take refuge, so how can you say to my soul that I should flee like a bird to its mountain? This term flee is a beautiful one. It means to move to and fro, to be aimless, kind of directionless, literally to be homeless. And so often in our fears, in our anxieties, we're like this. We're like this, a bird who's flitting from one place to another, moving up and down and back and forth and scurrying and hurrying here, there, and everywhere in a kind of panicked anxiety. Of course, there are reasons for us to panic. Look at how the wicked are opposed to David, how they are readying themselves to come after him, how they are making kind of threats and calling him to lose hope. But yet he won't do it. He won't respond to his fears by fleeing like a bird to his mountain. He won't respond to his fears by giving in to fear. Why? Because the Lord is still in control. The Lord is still in his holy temple. The Lord's throne is still in the heavens. The Lord still rules and overrules in all things. He is still on the throne, and he's the one that we take refuge in. And if our refuge is in him, we don't need to be fearful. We don't need to flee. We don't need to flit to and fro, being aimless, being homeless, but can instead, despite our circumstances, find rest and peace. I've used this verse many a time to reason with myself, to argue with myself, if you will. When the anxieties begin to rise, I say, wait a second. If in the Lord I take refuge, how can you say to my soul that I should flee like a bird to my mountain? If the Lord's in charge, how can I do anything but rest? So use this psalm as part of your battles against fears and anxieties in this season. If he is in charge, how can we flee? Psalm 11, in the Lord I take refuge. How can you say to my soul, flee like a bird to your mountain?